on fasting. Why is fasting so good and so important? Fasting just for one single day, one day a week. Just drinking water, sipping tea, maybe a little juice if you feel like it. Not making a big deal out of it, but just stopping eating the solid. What it does is it gives you power, gives you the soul power over your addictions, your desires, your urges, your impulses, your ego fear of survival impulse, which is probably the strongest one, your reptilian brain, your limbic system survival impulse. Hear the Shama thrush? That's a Shama thrush. Hope you can hear that. Animals always fast anytime they're sick or injured. They just do it naturally. And the reason why is because when you eliminate the solid food from your system, your body has a tremendous amount of energy freed up to do other things. And it does that. One of the most important things it wants to do to you, your body, and for you, if you're on the program, if you're doing the breathing, if you're focusing, if you're practicing the forgiveness protocols, if you're on the prayer, if you're doing your visioning, plan and action, if you're in service, if you're paying it forward, if you're letting go, if you're living with the attitude of Ho'oponopono, if you're serving in the world, if you're helping others, if you're not wasting time, if you're really getting very efficient and effective with your time management, if you're getting rid of all the junk and all the stuff you don't need, if you're upgrading your friendships and relationships, if you're raising your whole life to the next level, if, then what life wants to do to you as a reward is to activate your superhero powers, your superhero virtues. And remember, they come as virtues first. The virtues come before the powers. So your quality of being, your quality of humanness, your ability to love, to serve selflessly, to be detached emotionally from outcomes, from people, places and things, to drop your story, to apply forgiveness to yourself, to other people, to be patient, to be tender, to be in joy, light-hearted, not to take things personally or too seriously. All of these are virtues and they precede the powers. The powers are other things. But life, the spirit of life, it's flowing down the conduit of your lineage, vibratory impressions, the ancestral vibrations, the impressions through your soul. It's flowing down that conduit, that tunnel, that tube, and going through all those little configurations of the vibrations of the way you've thought and felt and spoke for lifetimes and generations of ancestors. And it is filling that pipe with the possibility of who you can become, the possibility of all of your ancestors' yearnings and visioning, and striving and trying and hoping and struggling towards something that you can actually embody. When you remove the burden of digestion and the cleansing of accumulated waste in your body from too much eating, overeating, poor combinations of food, unnatural foods, processed foods, toxic foods, the accumulation of that, the glug of emotional eating, emotional comfort, residual food in your body. When you remove the burden of your body having to process that waste, process new stuff going on top of it through fasting and cleansing, which I'll get to in another video, then that energy is released for something else. Digestion and thought, thinking, constant thinking, just thinking all the time, they are the two worst things for using your body's, most of your body's energy. So you have no energy for activating your superhero being, for turning on the codons in your DNA, for activating the codes within you, for upgrading your biology, rejuvenating you, turning you into an immortal being, perhaps. No energy going into those processes. The actualization of the next level human being. You see? So we fast a little bit. We fast 1 day a week. Your body can get into that then. Fast 1 meal a day. If you're on 3 meals a day now, drop it to 2. If you're on 2 meals a day, drop it to 1. Solid meals I'm talking about. Yeah, you can have liquids, smoothies, whatever. See? Fast a meal, 1 meal in 1 day. It releases energy for other things. You see? That's how it works. It's very, very simple. Very, very simple. Everything's so simple in its basic truth. But we like to complicate things, don't we, for some reason. I wonder why that is. But here on Superhero Training, we don't like to complicate things. We appreciate the power of simplicity, and we give it to you guys. So try that. Fasting 1 day a week, 1 meal a day, and try it out. Just try it out. Try doing 1 day a week and 3 days a month. 1 day a week, you choose the day, and 3 days a month on the full moon. The day before the full moon, the day of the full moon, the day after the full moon. Just try it. See what happens. It's not going to kill you. What else might happen? Play with it. If it appeals to you, play with it. If you're not interested, forget it. You don't have to fast. You don't have to fast. Fasting for many people would be dangerous. More than a day, definitely more than 3 days, could be very dangerous. If the physical body is accumulated with toxic matter in the tissues, then when you stop eating, the body gets to clean those tissues, and the toxicity, the waste flows into the bloodstream via the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is like the drains of the body. Flows in there and then goes into the blood. Now, as it flows through the lymphatic and the blood, it goes through the kidneys and it goes through the liver, which are filters. So if the liver and the kidney filters are blocked up and clogged up from processing toxic blood and dirty blood from poor digestion, poor eating habits and all those things that I said before, then more toxicity is going to glug it up even more, and you could poison yourself to death. Lots of people have died from fasting, but not from starvation, from toxic overload. And that's where cleansing comes in. So cleansing is kind of the precursor to fasting, but anyone can fast on water, maybe with a little lemon and a little honey and a little cayenne pepper in there, balanced to your taste of preference for sweetness and spice. I'd say the hotter the better, and the least sweet you can. Try 1 day a week on that. Sip in, preferably warm or hot water, especially if you're in really cold places. Try sipping on that all day. Try drink a gallon of that in a day. And do you the world of good. The world of good. You'll love it. It'll be the best day of the week. You'll look forward to it. I haven't been fasting for a while. I've definitely been doing plenty of cleansing. The raw food diet, enough for me, is cleansing. But I did used to fast religiously, 1 day a week, for quite some time, and sometimes more. And I've done longer periods of fasting. I've done 14 days, I think, was the longest I did, probably. 10 more likely. 6 or 7 often. 1 day very often. So, you know, you get yourself to a certain level of health, and that's good. But the thing is, are you being driven by your urges and your desires? Your desires to gratify yourself, especially through solid food. Now, you know when you're being driven by something. You know when it's an addiction. It's obvious. And, you know, there's some very, very, very powerful and mad urges and desires that come through us from time to time, and they're unhealthy. And we need to get to grips with that, you know? And fasting is a great way to do it. So fast for spiritual strength. And don't worry about anything. Keep it simple. Sip your teas, if you like herbal teas. Just have your little sip of tea. Take your flask of tea, your bottle of cayenne and honey and lemon water, and enjoy yourself. Try and make it the least busy day of the week, when you can chillax, and just go in, do lots of meditation, breathe the Holy Spirit, practice, you know, creativity. Just chill out, relax, enjoy yourself. Don't worry about anything. And let me know how you get on, and inspire the other superheroes to do it as well. 1 day a week, 1 meal a day, 3 days a month on the full moon. And then maybe, you know, if you're that kind of individual, you're inspired by it, maybe 1 day you want to do a 7-dayer. And then, you know, a year later you might want to do a 14-dayer, and a year after that you might want to do a 21-dayer. You know? Play with it. Don't make a big deal out of it. It's not the most important thing. What's the most important thing?